Welcome to another tech video. Today we're going to be having a look at an HP Pavilion laptop. So this one is it's an AMD machine, and we're going to be looking at the specifications. We're going to open it up, have a look inside to see what the upgrade options are, and then have a quick look around the unit itself and have a quick look inside once we've got Windows up and running. So looking at the packaging, it's the standard HP box. I'm going to put that to one side. Inside, the laptop comes with packed in a clamshell, a bit of cardboard with a plastic bag and a screen protector. So the device itself is finished in silver. So this is a silver spray painted laptop, or it's sort of a silver finish, with a nice usual HP plate around some raised embossing. So this section where the sticker, the chrome sticker goes, it's actually sunken down. But looking at the laptop, it's a really slick laptop. What I particularly like is the way that the edges actually chamfer in slightly. And then also looking at the back of the device, if you can see that, you can see you've got this sort of curve on the back there, which runs all the way along the back. Really nice design. So this model is the HP Pavilion 15. It's the eh0009sa version. So what does that mean? So it's an AMD Ryzen 5 4500U processor running at 2.3 GHz base clock and up to 4 GHz with that's the maximum boost clock of 4 GHz. Comes with an 8 meg ELB3 cache, and it's a 6-core processor. Comes with 8 gig of DDR4 3200 MHz RAM in what appears to be a 2 by 4 gigabyte SODIMM chip. So we'll have a look at that later, just to make sure that that is the case. Bringing it down, so as we can see, the keyboard is the usual standard layout with the mouse trackpad here, but you've also got the additional security function of a fingerprint reader. The keyboard is non-backlit. However, what I really like on this one is it is a touchscreen. So let's move that back up and let's have a talk around the device itself. So the webcam is a 720p apparently, and looking at the side ports, let's go around starting from this side. So here we've got HDMI 2 interface. This will allow you to connect up an external monitor. Here we've got a USB type A port. Now this one is 5 gigabit second signaling rate. This port next to it is a USB type C. Now this is quite an exciting port really, because it's 10 gigabit signaling rate, and it has USB power delivery and DisplayPort 1.4, meaning you can plug a type C display into that, or you can plug in a type C hub and power your display from that type C hub, which is pretty nifty. Next to it we've got a micro SD card reader, and then we've got our combined headset jack. So that's a microphone and headphone jack built in. And then looking at the other side, we've got our power input. Here we've got our power LED, and then we've got another type A port, which is another 5 gigabit second signaling rate port. And then this block here is our Kensington lock. So that's it in terms of the device itself and port connectivity. As you can see on the back here, we've got a nice little Pavilion etched on the back there, on that curved back. And when you raise the screen up on this, the back will raise up. So if you look here, once the screen is open, this acts as a sort of raiser, which opens it up a little bit higher than the plastic foot that you've got running along the back here. So in terms of the look and feel of it, yeah, very, very smart device. And the weight of this is 1.75 kilos. The power delivery, so the power adapter is a 45 watt power adapter. and purportedly it will do 7 hours and 45 minutes of usage, and video playback on battery is supposed to be 9 hours. The audio on here is by Bang & Olufsen, dual speakers, and it comes with HP audio boost. The battery is a 3-cell 41 watt hour standard battery, and as you can see here, I presume these are the speaker grills on the bottom. Nice design on the bottom, and then this is for your airflow. And then on the back of the unit itself, as you can see all along the back here, this is where the heat will come out, so it'll get sucked in from the bottom and exhausted out over the front of the screen. Right, so that's about it. So the next thing I want to do is get this opened up and we'll have a look at the upgrade options. So getting into the unit itself, you're going to need a small Phillips screwdriver, a selection of prizer tools, and you're also going to want a small flathead screwdriver that we're going to use to take off these strips, because there's a selection of screws underneath. I definitely know there's some under the back. I haven't checked under the front yet, but we're going to remove that strip all the way off there. There's only 2 screws on there, but we don't want that to get damaged, so we remove the whole lot. And let's have a look at the front. Okay, so that's those 2 strips put apart, moved to the side, and now we want to remove our screws. And these screws are all the same size, so you shouldn't have a problem remembering where they go. That's those ones, and then we've got 2 smaller screws on the front here. Right, so let's now see if we can get into this device. Normal place for starting to get into them is from the back. And work your way from, once you get into a corner like we've just done there. So we used a flat-headed metal prizer to go in just to raise that up, and then we'll take our plastic slide prizer tool and we will slide that down to the front, which should release the clips. Which it does. There we go. Okay, so that's that side opened. Now I'm going to do the same on this side. Take our prizer tool just in the corner. There we go. Just so it releases the first clip, and then you want to change to, I always change to a plastic prizer tool. Okay, now let's have a look underneath to see. Okay, so we do need to go round and release the clips from the front. There we go. Okay, so that's the cover released, which wasn't particularly difficult in this instance. We have had others that have been very difficult to get into, but that top comes off, and let's have a look to see what our upgrade options are. So, as I mentioned, comes with 2 4GB DDR4 3200 SODIMM chips, so that's brilliant from HP, because I'm fed up of seeing the manufacturers just shipping one memory chip, so you'll be able to take advantage of the dual channel memory. This is our 512GB M.2 drive, which all seems to go in there nicely. Now, what is, can we see an upgrade option to add a 2.5-inch SATA drive? No. Okay. So that's fairly disappointing, with the fact that you can't add an additional drive in here. But then again, I suppose for the cost of the device itself, they have sacrificed that, probably to put in at least some additional memory, which is great. bit. I would have thought maybe I could have got one in there, but no, there's certainly no space for a 2.5-inch drive in here at all. So okay, well that's not a problem. So in terms of the upgrade, this comes with 8 gig of RAM. So if you wanted to do an upgrade, put yourself some more memory in, then you've got to change both of the chips. So you can stick 2 16 gig chips in here. That'll give you 32 gig. Or if you want, then you can just put one in there, but you will lose your dual channel memory. So just stick with a pairing. And again, the M.2 drive here is an NVMe drive, so that's nothing special. You can change that out to put a 1 terabyte, a 2 terabyte, or a 4 terabyte drive in there, depending on what your usage is. And then let's have a look at the processor. So the processor and GPU will be under this area here, and that's our heat pipe going up to the fan. So the fan will be sucking the air in from this area here, and then blowing that out through the heat pipes, and the heats will come out through in front of the screen. That's all there is to the internals. Let's get this back together. So getting it all back together is just the reverse. So on with the cover, do up all the screws, reattach your rubber risers, and then let's have a look inside at the specs, and I'll tell you about what software comes bundled with it while we go. So just before we start up, let's have a look at the screen itself, and you can see the nice thin bezel all around the screen. This is a reflective screen, as you can see, but it is touchscreen, which is the nice thing about this device. So once you get into the machine, let's talk about the screen itself. So this is a 15.6 inch diagonal full HD, so 1920 by 1080p, touchscreen, IPS, micro edge, bright view technology, and 250 nits and 45% NTSC. So let's have a look at the specs itself. So just to be clear, this device comes with Windows 10 Home. So what I've done is we've actually upgraded this to Windows 10 Pro, because this is for a client that's going to be joining a domain, which you can't do with Windows 10 Home. So we've done an upgrade on it. It's all ready to install at the customer site, and as you can see, the specs here. Ryzen 5 4500U with Radeon graphics, 2.4 or 2.3 base clock, boosting up to 4 gigahertz, and there's our 8 gig of RAM. So now let's go and have a look at the apps that we've got installed. So you can ignore what we've actually got installed, but this device software wise comes with the following. So it comes with HP Drive Guard, HP Audio Switch, CoolSense, Jumpstart and Support Assist. Comes with McAfee LiveSafe, which we remove. Comes with Netflix, ExpressVPN, LastPass Premium 30-day trial. It also comes with a Dropbox promotion, all of which we've removed. So looking down through here, all we've done is we've installed our own security endpoint software, and we've removed all of the bundled software that comes with it, and we've configured Office 365. Now, there's some manufacturers that give you 5 different languages, such as Dell, for instance. Sometimes you get 5 languages, which is a real pain. HP, or this laptop particularly, only comes with the US English version, which is brilliant, because it just means that you don't have to waste half an hour uninstalling multiple versions of the software. We leave McAfee Web Advisor because that gives some additional security when they are browsing online. But in terms of the device itself, not too much trouble with removing the bundled software. And next thing I want to do is to have a look at the webcam, just to double check, see what the quality is like of that. So we type in camera, that will start the webcam. Okay, so we've got a bit of a flicker, and that is from the LED light panel. So let's go in and see if we can adjust that. So flicker reduction, change that to 50 Hertz. There we go. And that switches it off for LED lights. So if your office is using LED lights and you're trying to do a conference call and the light's behind you, that'll be the reason why it does the flickering. So you just come into your settings icon at the top right corner, change your flicker reduction to 50 Hertz, and that should resolve that problem for you. Quality of the webcam, looks really good. So so let's now go back to our settings just to confirm it. So 720p, 30 frames a second, which is standard. I would like to see a full HD camera starting to appear in some laptops nowadays, but on the whole, very impressive, the quality of that. The colour is exactly like it is. This is the colour of my shirt, sorry. Right, so now that's done. That's all there is to it. Just a shame that I would like to have seen a backlit keyboard on this model. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with that, but you can't have everything for this price. So this laptop was £649 from HP Direct. So if you found that video useful, hope you did, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just want to say thanks for watching and your continued support. If you want to find out more about this laptop, we will leave a link in the description below. Apart from that, just want to say thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.